What's going on, guys? Money Webby here. Football season is upon us, and the best way to get going with this is doing a mock draft for you guys. I'm picking from pick 6, and my buddy here, Andy Prowse, is going from the 9 slot, little 69 action for you. Andy, how's it going? Or better known as Pat Snow nowadays on YouTube. How's it going, Andy?
What's up, everybody? I'm happy to be here with the one and only Money Webby. Get some mock draft action on.
Yeah, so we just had David Johnson pick first, obviously. You got the 1, 2, 3. You got Le'Veon probably going here at 2. Then you got, of course, Zeke Elliott. I don't know if he'll go at 3 if there's someone scared in the mock draft of taking Zeke. But I'm going to the 6th spot, so it's not a boring little pick out of 6. Got some options here. If Antonio Brown falls to me, then I'm going to take him, but probably not. I'll go Julio Jones if he falls to me as well. But, yeah, I definitely prefer Julio compared to Odell this year. Andy, who are you feeling at number 9 for you?
Number 9's tough. I'd probably lean Jay Ajayi, standard and PPR scoring, just because I think he can get 40, 45 type receptions. He's just going to get a ton of work. They're going to pound him in the ground, and I'm a fan of his talent.
Is this like a standard mock? I don't even know if I was like paying attention when we joined.
I assume it's standard mock draft. I'm pretty sure.
All right, well, we're just going to pretend like this is PPR, I guess.
Oh, sounds good.
So I'll go Julio Jones at 6 here.
Good value.
Actually, no, we'll just stick with the standard instead of PPR because we'll probably get PPR values at if we're doing based off PPR because other people are figuring out standard. So you understand my logic there?
I get the logic.
All right, so I think. So you're feeling a Ajayi here? I'm
actually surprised that McCoy would be at 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably take McCoy or Gordon there. Honestly, there goes.
I definitely
Gordon.
think Ajayi over Gordon, but Gordon just went. So shady McCoy it is. Gonna get a huge workload, same type of thing. And the biggest thing here is there's no Gillisley, there's no Carlos Williams from 2 years ago.
He's gotta stay healthy, right?
Yeah, that's his biggest thing is injury concerns. But that offensive line just churns out the yard per carry.
Yeah, definitely. So if he could, yeah, he's been pretty much every year that he's healthy. He's like almost a top 5 back. Last year he was probably around, what was he, 6th last year or so? Probably among running backs.
5 or 6. And that's with Gillisley stealing like 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Williams will probably still be stealing a few touchdowns away from him, but Williams isn't as good as Gillisley, definitely.
Agreed. Yeah.
Jeez, these people are taking forever, huh? What we got, money on the line here?
Yeah, so recent pick Jordan Howard. I'm not too big of a fan in the first round. I just think not quite sold on his talent, and it's a bad situation with Glennon or Trubisky, but some people are a fan of him.
Yeah, then we mentioned the other day, definitely don't like him in PPR that much, as we mentioned with Tariq Cohen, I believe that's how you say his name, Tariq Cohen, really athletic, and he's been getting high praise in camp right now. So I think Howard's definitely going to lose some catches to Cohen this year. And they'll be focused more on Howard this year. They're not going to be surprised when he comes on the field. And I think they're going to be loading the box against him with either Glennon or Trubisky and no really great weapons on the outside. So definitely load the box against them. And then they'll have probably a bottom 5 offense, honestly. So not many touchdown opportunities for Howard. And we got
those 1 year backs for you.
Evans, Freeman. Your boy Ajayi just went off at 13.
Solid pick at 13. Really good pick.
Yeah, definitely in standard. I would honestly probably lean Ajayi over Freeman at standard. So sticking with standard, I'm probably leaning. Who did I take? I took Julio. So, maybe DeMarco Murray here. Maybe not. Just went.
So yeah, for me it's to Michael Thomas, Des Bryant, and my projections are very close. But I'm nervous about Thomas facing double teams, and I know Des Bryant has a hard cornerback schedule, but the Cowboys' defense is weak, and I just think he's going to get peppered with targets, and he's an elite talent. I'll look at the team.
All right. I think Thomas is definitely the safer pick there, but in standard, Des has more upside. In PPR, I would definitely go Thomas though. Alright, so I have no idea who to take, honestly. I would take Fournette, but with him losing the 2 offensive linemen today,
that's tough.
What did Albert go, and then the guard. Who was the guard that got injured?
Nah, it's Albert got injured, so then it forces Robertson from the guard to the left tackle, and then both spots are weaker.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for you. Like in standard, I'd probably go Fournette just because of the carries, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Whatever. I guess I'll go
Solid
Fournette.
pick at 19, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't feel that great about it, but I hate Gurley. Correll's not a bad pick there. I wouldn't mind. Correll's not a bad option, but
My keeper, I'm very happy with him.
Todd Gurley's just a no touch for me this year. I think he's gonna continue what he did last year, honestly.
Yeah, just atrocious O-line, worst quarterback in the league, and I don't know, 3.2 yards per carry is just atrocious, no matter what his circumstance was.
So we got Hilton going off the board. Aaron Rodgers going at 18 there.
That's high. Just any quarterback. Of course, he's going to, at worst, probably finish 2. Him or Brady's going to be 1, but that's high to take a quarterback.
Yeah, that's sacrificing like your RB1 or wide receiver 1 right there by going Rodgers.
Yep. So the board's definitely interesting here in a standard league. You could go any type of way. Brandon Cooks is interesting in standard because his yards per catch will be so high. It's tough. Todd Gurley, Crowell. Probably go Crowell if we had a pick here.
Yeah, I would agree. Could go Gronk too, honestly, here.
Oh, wow. That's crazy he's projected that at that spot.
Yeah, could go Gronk, maybe beast mode too. I think he could have a good year in standard for sure with all the touchdown opportunities.
Definitely agree on those two. I'd go beast mode.
Wait, what? Gronk is, Gillislee's here in the 3rd round? What am I looking at?
X rank? I don't. Yeah, his ADP is 70.8, so don't listen to Yahoo.
What the hell is X rank?
Yeah, I'd sort by ADP to be honest. Yeah, sort by ADP it's much better. It makes more sense.
How do I even do that? Is it by rank?
It should say ADP next to bye week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little better. The Patriot trio at the top.
Yeah, huh?
Out of those 3, you go Gronk, you go Cooks, then Brady.
Huh, Pryor's pretty low in this.
Yeah. Crowell just went. Solid pick.
Alright, so I got 3 people ahead of me. We got Hopkins, Gurley, Corral off the board. I'm probably leaning towards Gronk here, honestly, but then...
That's a steal at pick 30, in my opinion.
Yeah, he honestly get like 15 touchdowns this year if he stays healthy.
Standard monster.
He's probably going to go right here, knowing my luck, with tricks. There he goes.
Yep. That's tough. You're in an interesting spot.
Yeah, I'm getting screwed by these picks, I feel like. I honestly feel like I should go beast mode.
Do it.
Yeah, we'll go beast mode here. I'm getting a little bit nervous with the reports out of camp on beast mode. I feel like everyone's starting to talk him down, honestly, but still one of the best situations for running backs in the league with top 5 offensive line. Just so many touchdowns are possible in that offense. Like Latavius Murray, like one of the worst like talents, honestly, a running back that were starting last year, and he was a top 20 running back for them. So I think beast mode can definitely be a top 20 running back in that offense.
Yeah, we definitely grab his handcuff.
And beast mode isn't one of people are overstating like the rust on him. I feel like beast mode isn't the kind of running back that really can get that much rust on him. The way he runs is just he uses his size. Like he's still gonna be a big back that is just like crazy tapped and just running through everyone. Like, that's not gonna change with him.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. Just it's their O-line. And then here, I didn't really like the value, so I went with the number 1 quarterback in my projections, Tom Brady. There's a chance he could easily throw 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns with those weapons. I'm not a guy to take quarterback early, but in the late 3rd round to get quarterback 1A, 1B, however you look at it.
What do you think about Breeze right after that?
Not a fan of that pick. Wow. I have Brady and Breeze very far apart in projections, mostly because I don't like Breeze's weapons, and they're definitely going to run the ball more. So he's going to need big volume.
And I was, as I was talking about earlier, Terrell Pryor is definitely skyrocketing off boards as he just went at pick 33, I believe. 32.
Yeah, not too big fan of that.
So yeah, I mean, like I really liked his value when he was wide receiver 20, but it seems like he's going as like wide receiver like 14 or so nowadays. So definitely a little bit less excited about him in snake drafts. And so we got John, and then you are back up.
Smokes. That's worth talking about.
Gillisley at 38. What are we in, round 4?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty much buying his upside. Like, there's so many opportunities where he could just lay like 2 points a game because they want to go Rex Burkhead or James White that game. So definitely not a fan of that. I mean, Blunt probably returned like round 6 value last year, what he did, and he had like 19 touchdowns, or like round 5 value or so.
Yeah, round 5, around there. And then I know we disagree a little bit on this, but I like Jeffrey's talent, contract year, and I think he could get a ton of targets. I'm not a big fan of Wentz, but I like him as a high-end receiver too.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in a good situation. It's just that wide receivers on like a new team seem to struggle a little bit, and I'm not entirely sold on Jeffrey as a player. I think he's really talented, but he seems a little awkward. He seems like an awkward like wide receiver. Like it seems like he doesn't really know how to use his like body the right way. I don't know how to describe it really, but when I watch him, it just seems a little weird. So got a pick here. I really kind of have no time to like think on the spot here. Thinking about going Micah Crabtree here, honestly. I think he's a really safe option to get the touchdowns. Thinking about going Devontae Adams, but very similar players in the number 2 spot can get a lot of catches and a lot of touchdowns. So I already got 2 running backs, so I need to go another wide receiver. And Crabtree's one of the safest wide receivers, I think, this year. People are saying that Cooper can take another step, but I think Crabtree fits Carr's game a little bit better than Cooper, honestly. Carr's not a great down-the-field passer, and Crabtree's that great intermediate wide receiver.
Yeah, he's much safer than Devontae Adams too. I'd lean there. Depends how you want to build your team, and I definitely think.
I was figuring you're gonna tell me to go Julian Edelman there.
I'm definitely not a fan of Edelman. Just the targets won't be there.
And especially in standard too.
Oh, great point. In standard, he's way down there in standard. I wouldn't even sniff him.
All right, so we got Brody on the clock. We got Tyreek Hill going in 45th there. Not sure about that one. Definitely good in PPR, but in standard, that's just atrocious.
Yeah, gonna need touchdowns there.
I like Martavis Bryant a lot, honestly, in that pick. I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, solid pick.
Definitely I wish I could see more players on this board. So let's see here. Let's look at my team. We got 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. I think I'm going to look at another wide receiver. So sort by wide receiver. Got Edelman here, Landry, Moncrief, Marshall, Tate. No, he's more of a PPR option, actually. But Tate is still very solid. Not many options that I'm sold on. Let's look at running back again. Got Eddie Lacy, Hyde, Ingram. That was Jay Proche. We got tight end. I think we're gonna go Dante Moncrief here. Just another touchdown. Guy with another huge touchdown upside in the Colts offense. Just a target monster in the red zone. He had 7 touchdowns last year, and I believe he played like 8 games. And he's pretty much entering the prime of his career. Me and Andy like to talk about like how guys when they're around age like 25 or so, 26. I believe Moncrief's going in. He's 25 this year, so he's really at that point where he can take the next step in his game. I think he's came out and said that he wants to get like more catches and just do some more work after the catch. He's pretty much just been like a touchdown dependent guy in his career. We got you on the clock here there, so I don't want to stop your thinking here. So who are you thinking of going here?
This is tough. Just when I look at the varsity composition, this is why it's tough taking a quarterback early. I'm left with these running backs I'm not too big fan of, and this is a tough pick in standard, but I'm going with Eddie Lacy. It could be a disaster waiting to happen, but the Seahawks running back definitely gets a ton of work. They paid him big money, $5 million a year, and I think he could rack up the touchdowns. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely a great fit for him. I mean, if they could just have like some sort of blocking, I think he could really have a monster year. But as everyone has mentioned this offseason, they just have a horrendous offensive line. But if they can get like anything out of their offensive line, Lacey could definitely have a big year. Health is still a concern with him. So what do you got? Who's your team? You got some pretty injury-prone players.
This is a high upside team. I'm actually a fan. I know it can collapse, but Brady and McCoy, in my opinion, are a solid floor.
If you can get all of those guys to play 16 games, then that'd be very impressive.
Yeah, I just gotta get some depth.
One of those guys can definitely return a lot of value though if they stay healthy. All right, so we got 3 guys before you. We just had Edelman go off the board, Jimmy Graham, Fitz, Golden Tate. Fitz way too early for me, and not big on Fitz this year, honestly.
Yeah, Tate's the best value there, in my opinion. He has the safest workload.
Yeah, definitely. Crowder, your boy just went off. DeAnthony, and this is another troll. DeAnthony Thomas going. Mose Frazier. Some people got too much time in their hands. All right, let's take a peek at tight end here. We got Delaney Walker, Eifert.
So then, yeah, here I'm making a big reach. I'm a huge fan of him. They just said Mike Williams will probably be done for the year, the coach said, so I'm drafting Tyrell Williams. Big talent. I think he can return receiver 2 value. One of my big sleepers this year.
I like it. Who do I got? I got 3 wide receivers. I probably need to go tight end here, I guess, or quarterback. Is there a flex in these drafts? No.
Not too wild in this draft.
No flexes, huh? So not really a fan of these tight ends up here, honestly, though.
Yeah, I'd probably go with a player at this point.
All right, so we got
Ingram is falling. Wow.
Oh, my boy Bly Powell. I guess we'll just go him. I'm not really that great sold on him in standard, but I still think he'll get. I mean, catches still go for yards, don't they? So I think he's still going to have tremendous opportunity in this offense. There's no really. I like C.J. Anderson in that spot as well for standard. Yeah, but I think Bly Powell definitely has the biggest opportunity out of any of these running backs. I don't think Anderson's going to be a workhorse as he has been in the past. I think Booker will definitely see around like 30 to 40% of the carries, even if Anderson's starting, I think.
Yeah, then you have Jamal creeping up, Henderson. Anderson has a lot of issues. Mariota, interesting pick. I like him, but it's pretty high.
Who else is on the board? I think wasn't Matt Ryan still on the board? Yeah, Matt Ryan, Big Ben, Newton, Dak.
I'd probably go Ryan.
Quarterbacks are going pretty fast in this draft. This is where like you can just load up your bench in these kind of drafts where people are taking quarterbacks way too early.
Yep. So then here around this range, Blunt's interesting and standard. I like that offensive line. I don't know.
Oh, you took Blunt?
No, I'm just saying for this spot of the draft. Not really a big fan of the board right now.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, because in standard leagues, you don't really. I feel like there's not as many sleepers as there is in PPR leagues. It's easier to find those situations where people can just get a lot of opportunities in PPR compared to standard.
Yeah, you can't even like touch James White in standard. Stuff like that.
Did you have a pick after my pick? Oh, you went Tyrell Williams, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think honestly, I like your team better than my team, honestly.
Let's see what you got. You definitely have some. I actually like your team, honestly. 2 running back ones in my projections. Julio Jones is the number 1 receiver, and then you got 2 good options. It's a solid team. Standard's tough without a flex. Like you got to draft Powell for your bench and stuff like that.
Yeah, Fournette could definitely be a great standard play this year, just based off the touches. You could get like 350 carries if everything goes right.
And then you can draft him. It's fine. One guy we're a big fan of is still on the board. Obviously, Pierre Garçon. He's gonna get a ton of targets.
Still up there.
Yep, he's a great value this year. I think he returns receiver 2 value.
We got my boy Jeremy Maclin on the board too. I like him a lot.
Oh, he's he's solid too at this point in the draft. And I like Parker, but I wouldn't draft him here just because he's risky. Decent amount of receivers to get. You can go anywhere here.
Yeah, I'm probably going to lean, like you said, Pierre Garcon. Just so many targets are going to be there. And Garcon and Hoyer have both done very well in the Kyle Shanahan offense. I mean, when I honestly didn't realize this, but Shanahan was actually the offensive coordinator for the Browns when Hoyer was going off that year.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
So Garcon and Hoyer, both guys that have really done well in the Shanahan offense. In like 2013, I believe it was, Garcon had 113 catches for like 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns. So just a crazy good year that year. So I think he's gonna get peppered with targets again in this offense and Shanahan's offense with Hoyer. So yeah, definitely a great value play this year. Pretty trendy lately. I mean, as the steam picks up, people are gonna finally realize like who the hell is the 49ers going to throw to besides Pierre Garcon.
Yeah, I just went LeGarrette Blount. In standard, I'm a good fan of him just because Eagles' O-line is stacked, and I think you get like 4.5 yards per carry, get 200 touches, maybe 8 touchdowns. Solid play, not a lot of upside, but
I like that pick at this point. I mean,
because Eddie Lacy's a disaster.
I hate Blount this year in PPR. He's going around like the same exact point in PPR compared to standard, which really doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean, but the touchdowns are 100% going to be there. I mean, Ryan Matthews got a ton of red zone touchdowns last year for the Eagles, and Blount's a better red zone runner, I'd say, than Ryan Matthews. We got Samaje Perine still on the board too.
Yeah, big fan of him, obviously. I have 3 running backs, so I definitely think he's a good value. He's definitely risen up boards, though, big time. He's not the cheap guy he was a month ago.
Yeah.
I like Derrick Henry, too, here. I know it could potentially be a waste of a pick.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's actually going back to where he used to be. I mean, middle of this offseason, he was going, round 6, though? Now he's finally going back down to earth.
Yeah, at this point in the draft, I think he's a great value.
I probably should look at a tight end, though, maybe, huh? Could go Martellus Bennett here. Or my boy Eric Ebron, actually. But is Ebron hurt again? Got some news on Ebron with the little injury thing?
So then here, pretty easy for me, just another upside receiver play. He has a low floor, but Devontae Parker. I just think Landry's getting phased out of the offense. He's not going to re-sign. And Parker always has big things in camp. We'll see what happens. Could be a bust, but I like the upside.
I'm leaning towards Martellus Bennett here. I think he's going to have a opportunity for... You honestly you get double-digit touchdowns in this Packers offense, so... I think I'd prefer Ebron slightly in PPR, but in standard I'd lean Martellus, so... I'm going to lock in Martellus Bennett here.
Solid pick. I definitely think he's super safe. Rodgers has made crap tight ends like Richard Rodgers get 8 touchdowns before, so.
All right, so let's get a run. My team, I got Julio Jones, Crabtree, Moncrief, Fournette, Beast Mode, Tellis, Bilal Powell, and Pierre Garcon. And you got, where's your team at? So you got Brady, Dez, Alshon, Tyrell, LaShawn, Eddie, Garrett, and Devontae Parker. I like the Parker pick.
Yeah, just need to add some depth at receiver, high upside play.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are talking about it, how Jarvis Landry's probably not going to re-sign, so they could definitely try to phase. I mean, if the season goes south for them, if they're out of the playoffs, I could see them starting to phase out Jarvis out of the offense just to get ready for the next year and kind of get Parker going.
Yeah, agreed.
So we got these boys up on the clock. I probably should look at another running back here, maybe. See who's up here. Has Terrence West gone yet? Oh, he hasn't. Terrence West here, Andy, your boy?
Yeah, solid. I definitely got to wait on him in the sense that they could sign anyone any day and he becomes crap. So
yeah,
I definitely like him a lot as of right now.
Fair point.
Their number 1 running back, I think, is going to have solid opportunity. They'll run the ball a lot. Not sold on Woodhead, obviously.
Has Ty Montgomery gone? Was I sleeping on anyone?
He went.
I saw Jamal Williams and I got Ty Montgomery in my head, so I was like, holy shit, did he actually go? Not quite sure why Deion Lewis is still going like pretty high. He's already probably not going to see the field at like all. Probably, what do you think? He's going to get like 10 snaps a game for the Pats?
It's interesting. I was at camp for the weekend, and he looks like he's back physically. I could see him get 20 to 25 snaps, but he's not. They're just going to rotate so many backs in. I don't think it's worth it.
So I'm honestly thinking about going Danny Woodhead here. Just, I mean,
okay.
Not a sexy like standard look, but I mean, I think he's gonna get. He has the opportunity to get like the most carries of his career, honestly, just based off the running backs that they have. He should be on the field a lot. I feel like Flacco definitely loves like a Woodhead type back on the field a lot, so I could see him honestly getting like 70% or like 65% of the snaps, or especially earlier in the year. I'm not sure like who they even could possibly sign to replace Kenneth Dixon. Is there any running backs out there that could even get that are like somewhat good?
D'Angelo Williams really is the only one, but he's kind of old.
Yeah, so Woodhead, I mean, he could definitely get like 10 plus. I mean, not 10 plus, but like 10 total touchdowns just because he's been a red zone threat in the past. The Ravens really have no one to go to in the red zone. So I think that Woodhead could definitely be on the field just those quick dump offs from Flacco. I mean, we did some research on this, but we saw that Joe Flacco actually had the second most pass attempts, I believe, to running backs last year. So he definitely looks for the check down a lot, and that was even without Danny Woodhead. So just having Woodhead on the field, he's going to be looking for check downs a lot. They really have not the greatest of options like Jeremy Maclin, Mike Wallace, and then Perriman. Two guys that are kind of past their primes, and then Perriman, a guy that's been a bust in his career. So Woodhead's definitely going to get a ton of targets. And like I said earlier, those catches lead the yards, so you're definitely going to get the yards and standard as well, and the touchdowns opportunities are going to be there. So, did you have any pick when I was talking? You had Hunter Henry?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his upside. I know a lot of people are shaky on it, but 8 touchdowns as a rookie. Showed great film. He torched Harris on a touchdown. Chris Harris. I'm a fan.
So you're going with what do you got? 2 tight ends now? Or is that your first? All right.
1 tight end. I got 2 charges. And then this point in the draft is easy for me. I'm surprised he's still
the
on the
Chargers.
People just hate how he's a backup, but Derrick Henry, too much upside at pick 112.
We already got some kickers going off the board.
Oh, yeah.
Should we give a friendly spiel on not taking kickers in the 10th round? Some defenses coming off the board. I don't know if that's the bot doing that, but definitely wait to take the kicker and defense in the last 2 rounds. So not prepared for this one. I already got a tight end. Who did I take last time? A running back? Yeah, I'll look to another wide receiver here. Actually, I could just get a quarterback. Probably should get one eventually. Holy crap, what happened to all the quarterbacks?
Andy Dalton, baby.
Yeah, I could go my boy Dalton, I guess, right? We'll go with the Red Rocket here for the quarterback, leading the helm. He's one of my sleeper picks in my videos coming up. Really like him, just the offense that he's in this year. A little bit different of a dynamic with Jeremy Hill in the backfield. I mean, that guy's just horrendous, just a fat load running around, can't do much. Gets like 2 yards a carry. Now they got Joe Mixon back there. Much bigger threat out of the backfield to get some catchers and just make the offense a whole lot better. And they got another year for Tyler Boyd, so he can develop a little bit. Then they got John Ross, could spread the field for A.J. Green, kind of take away some safety help for there. So I think their offense is going to turn much more into a passing attack. And Dalton, in 2015, he had a really good year with just Eifert and A.J., so he's got some more weapons around those guys. And like we were talking about, the offensive line's a little bit shaky, but if they can do somewhat good, then Dalton's going to be throwing a ton and just racking up the points.
Yeah, I agree with most of that, obviously. The O-line is definitely scary, though.
Maybe Dalton's beefing up a little bit like Big Ben just to shed the tacklers.
Super fat Ben.
One thing I noticed, though, Dalton actually, he's a sneaky rush yard guy, and he gets some touchdowns. I was looking at his stats. He's at around 150 to like 180 rushing yards every year. In the last 3 years, he had 4 rushing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 4 rushing touchdowns. So that kind of like little floor that he has is nice from a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Him and Kirk get those sneaky rushing touchdowns.
So I guess I could look at wide receiver here. my boy John Brown still there. Did Jeremy Macklin go? I think I saw his name. We got John Brown. I like a Nunwa as well. Yeah, and the rest seems pretty weak besides that. So I like Corey Coleman definitely is an upside play. Your boy Corey. We got, yeah, I'd say Corey in this range. I like Kevin White is an upside play here. You got, where the hell did John Brown? There he is. So I'm gonna go with John Brown here with Larry Fitzgerald, 34 years old. I mean, I'm gonna be talking about this in my other video, but really like the upside there as a second option for the Cardinals. I think you honestly could take over as like the first option, like in that second half of the year when Larry Fitzgerald is doing his classic like dying at the end of the year. He's just horrendous the last few weeks. So I think John Brown could definitely take over at the end of the year as the #1 guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Another one of my sleepers, Marlon Mack, picked right there too.
Solid pick. Definitely like his upside. Shepard, I know you don't like Shepard, but I'm not a fan of Marshall this year. I definitely see why he'd be a good pick late. I don't.
Oh shit, Nougat Terry off the board. Best kicker of all time.
I take one of your sleepers. I'm a big fan of him, especially as a backup at this point in the draft. Receiver 5, Quincy Enunwa. He's the only receiver on the Jets that has any
pedigree.
And
Yeah.
he's the most talented. Simple as that.
Yeah, I was looking at his numbers from last year. He honestly had a pretty, he was pretty good last year. He averaged like 14 yards a catch, and he was wide receiver 43, I believe, last year, and he's going as wide receiver 48 this year, and that's without B. Marsh or anyone else, so definitely see a big uptick in targets this year and catches for him. Who else we got here? Probably don't need a backup tight end. Maybe need another running back here. So I got 2 running backs on the bench, 2 wide receivers. So I guess I can go either way here. Got Kareem Hunt, definitely an upside play if he can take over Spencer Ware. Joe Williams, another guy that could take over. And Darren McFadden's here as well. If you're trying to go for if you believe Zeke's going to be suspended for like 4+ weeks, McFadden could easily be a top 10 back those first 4 weeks of the year.
Yeah, with that O-line.
So what are you thinking here, Andy?
I like this pick. It's kind of a force to take a 6th receiver at this point, but Josh Doxson, he's a big first-round talent from TCU. I know there's a ton of targets to go around, but he had some good Twitter clips. Obviously, those get everyone.
Here we go.
Torching the corners. I like his route running. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Cut him if he doesn't do much.
All right, I'm surprised you didn't go running back here. There's honestly a decent amount of guys that have some upside. I'm not sure if I'm not tough here. I don't know if I should go Kareem Hunt or Joe Williams. I'm gonna go with Kareem Hunt though. Just he's in a better offense for running backs. Honestly, the Chiefs have produced a lot of running backs, especially under Andy Reid. So I think if Hunt could just take over Spencer Ware is a pretty good back, but nothing like crazy good where he could just hold off Hunt. If Hunt could take over that role, he could have a ton of upside for this draft price here.
Yeah, obviously if Hunt could even get 60% of the work, 50%, he would be a usable running back too. That's why I like them a lot. They can support 2 running backs.
Yeah, so definitely, I would definitely say at this point in the draft, there's a lot more running backs that I like than wide receivers that just have a lot more upside. Like guys like Joe Williams, like I mentioned. You got Jaquez Rogers. He can be a viable option for the first few weeks without Doug Martin. Another one of my favorite sleepers, and Jaquez. And you got Thomas Rawls. He honestly could be a nice little sleeper if he could work his way over Eddie Lacy there. We got Terrence.
That's a good pick for me, honestly, with Lacy.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but that could kind of hurt you in the sense as, like, say, like, CJ Proze is kind of like, is just like the guy, like, you're investing 2 picks that could just screw you, but, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to, like, the person how they think CJ Proze is going to be used. Yeah, at this point in the draft, there's a lot of guys that I like for sleepers, like McFadden. You got Jamal Williams as a pretty trendy sleeper. Who else we got? I'm sure
Terrence West.
Is Dante Foreman down here somewhere?
Yeah, he's there.
I don't even see him. Must have passed him.
You also got Rob Kelly. Maybe I'm a big Samaje Perine guy, but at this point in the draft, in my opinion, why not?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I think I mentioned this before to other people. I think Rob Kelly can honestly hold on to the job for the first few weeks. But after that, they're probably going to come to the realization that Perrine's a better back than him. So, what we got? One more pick available, then the defense and kicker. So I'm going to close this off with, who do I want to go here? I think I'm going to go with my boy, Jaquez Rogers, I believe. Just to show him some love because I want to be using him as a sleeper in my video. And he's just going to, he honestly could be, I mean, I wouldn't even need to use him in this team, but if a team if you have like a flex spot in your league, Jaquez Rogers is a great person to plug in the first few weeks. And then he honestly could be the starting running back for the rest of the year. Doug Martin just looked horrendous last year. Rogers looked 10 times better on that offense. So I think Rogers can definitely hold on to the job the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's a good person to draft with Elliott right now, especially because the suspension's coming.
Yeah. I mean, in a snake draft, so somehow, if McFadden's on the board here, then Zeke owners aren't looking that bad. If somehow McFadden can make all the way down here, I mean, it seems pretty easy to pair the two together if drafts are going like this.
Yeah.
I guess the news has to break first before you see a major change.
And the ADPs.
Yeah. So we'll probably save the kicker and defense from not being drafted. I mean, do you want to draft a kicker and defense, Andy, here or what?
I'll pass. Our league doesn't use them. I recommend other leagues.
Yeah, me and Andy have a league together among our friends. We don't have kicker and defenses, and kind of eliminates some of that luck involved with kicker and defense. I mean, one of our famous playoff games between me and one of my friends, I had the Seahawks defense. I believe they dropped 40 points for me, and I won the playoff match just because of that. And he was pretty pissed about it. I was kind of laughing about it because, I mean, I didn't think the Seahawks defense was going to score me like 40 points. But, so that's going to do it for the mock, guys. A quick run through of our full teams here. See if I can bring it up here. So we got Andy Dalton, Julio Jones, Crabtree, Moncrief. Pretty solid up and down wide receiver core with Pierre Garcon and John Brown on the bench as well. I mean, like I was talking about, Moncrief, he's struggling to stay healthy. Just draft. We'll just have an automated pick for me, I guess, with the kicker and defense. But Moncrief struggling to stay healthy, but definitely has some upside if he's healthy. And then if he doesn't even stay healthy, I think Garcon could honestly outproduce him, and John Brown could do the same. So definitely some depth at wide receiver. And we got some solid standard running backs in Fournette and Marshawn. A little bit skeptical of Fournette with the offensive line situation going on lately. But yeah, a pretty solid all-around team. Then a lot of guys with upside on my bench, like Kareem Hunt. Actually, not many guys with upside. A lot of safe plays, actually, on my bench. I wish I got a little bit more upside on my bench. Kareem Hunt has some upside. Woodhead, not so much. He is what he is, but kind of next in this similar spot, I'd probably want to take a little bit more upside on my bench. Definitely a lot of safe options, though. What do you think about your team, Andy? I was kind of rambling on there.
Yeah, I definitely like your team. Like you said, towards the bench, I would have went more upside, but I definitely like your earlier picks. Sounds like a solid squad. For me, you get Brady, top 2 quarterback. I'm a fan of that. Dez, high upside. Jeffrey, high upside play. Tyrell Williams, I'm a big fan of. McCoy and Lacey definitely worry me, but I like Blunt and Terrence West backing him up with Henry as the lottery ticket. And then, besides that, really, it's all about upside receiver plays. Parker, Nunwood, Josh Doxson. And that's how I viewed the draft. A solid draft, not an amazing team, but I would take it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been preparing more for a PPR draft, so I was kind of thrown in the loop here. But we got some nice standard teams. Probably one of the better teams in these drafts. I feel like our teams are very safe. I mean, mine's a lot safer than yours, I would say. Actually, I have some pretty risky guys at running back in Fournette and beast mode, but you definitely have a risky team with a ton of upside. My bench kind of secures that risk net, I guess, with all the guys I have, but yeah, so I would recommend, guys, if you're going to go risky guys, definitely take someone on your bench that can kind of save that risk factor so you can fill in the spot if he really just blows up in your face. But that's going to do it for the mock draft, guys. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the mock draft. Me and Andy will get some more of these. And go ahead and follow Andy on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle, Andy?
Pryles AP, and also check us out on YouTube, Pat Snow. We have a lot of NFL videos all the time. Me and the Jet. Check us out.
All right, so thanks for doing the mock with me, Andy. Hopefully we can get some more of these out for you guys. Got the clock ticking down in this video, similar to this draft, and we'll see you next time, guys.